to walk a little bit.
Okay, well, we could walk just about to that white truck there, the white van.
Are those new shoes?
Yep. I bought these at the same time as the other ones. I bought 2 pairs in one go. I thought, well, might as well. With the winter coming up, what happens is you never have a dry pair of shoes unless you've got a spare, you know what I mean? It takes 2 days for a pair of shoes to dry. And if you only have 1 pair of shoes, you're going to be running all winter with wet shoes. That's if you run every day. But if I'm not running, I'm going to be hiking, so my feet are still going to get wet. There's an engine there. Looks like a 6-cylinder, straight 6. Don't see too many of those. Ready? Okay. We started running early, eh? Wanted to get going. So next week I'm going to be away on Monday.
Oh.
I'm going up to Courtney.
Oh, for that guy?
Yep, you got a good memory. It's always this time of the year. He goes away for 4 days. And he needs me to help him get up in the morning. He's in a wheelchair. Good cadence, Derick.
Zone 2.
Let's see if we can stay in zone 2 today.
Maybe I should get the cloud shoes so it's like stealth.
Zone 3.
Remember that time?
I remember, yeah.
You couldn't even hear them.
Well, the other thing was that you ended up taking them back. And I don't think that girl's forgotten me even till this day.
Oh, no, not one. No, I'm not. The other ones.
Oh, okay.
The cloud. No, not the ones that actually were a cloud.
That was supposed to be the lightest shoe in the world, according to Google.
According to Carlos. You could say that.
Well, yeah.
Because he works for Google.
He works for Google.
I wanted the person at front runners thought the cloud surfers were the best for me.
Uh-huh.
They're
Sturdy.
Comfortable.
Yeah.
They're a little too late, but they were pretty good.
Yep. You remember how it rained so much on Wednesday?
Oh yeah.
That was terrible.
Oh, that was great.
I went for a run to Royal Roads. Hello, good dogs. It's always the little one, isn't it? The older one knows better. But the little dog, yeah. The dog probably thought I was going to attack its master. I saw a sign in the park the other day that said it was a picture of a little boy standing next to a tree and quite a big dog just in front of it. And the sign said, even though you think your dog is friendly, some people might be scared of your dog. Keep it on a leash. It's funny to think that that big mountain over there is on Salt Spring Island. That's not even part of Victoria. You have to get on the ferry to get to there.
Well, soon they'll be picking up cigarette butts.
Why?
Oh, because they're doing a thing now where until August, in August,
Yes.
you can take your cigarette butts and for money.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
You're trading in cigarette butts for cash?
Yeah.
How much do they give you? A cent a butt?
5 cents.
5 cents.
So I'm thinking, well, I might as well do something famous. I might as well beat everybody else and get a 2,000.
But they stink. Not to mention the germs. They've been in somebody's mouth.
Oh, wear gloves.
Where did you hear that?
I forget where I heard it.
Was it on TV?
No, I forget where I heard it. 1,000 bucks. Just like that.
Well, if you went to a place like a rec centre where they don't allow smoking, a lot of people would throw their butts in the ashtray right outside.
No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I'm thinking of doing that. And,
No, I think that's pretty gross, if you ask me. And I don't think it's even true.
it'd be too good to be true.
Yeah. I mean, what would be the point? It wouldn't discourage people from smoking. They'll just be able to cash in on their own bad habit, wouldn't they? They could collect their own butts.
Well, they're thinking it's good for the planet.
Nah. Cigarette butts are biodegradable. They would just dissolve after a few years. You could say they were little compost piles. Tiny little tubes of compost. Nah, somebody must have told you that on April the 1st. April Fool's joke.
Because then everybody would be doing that.
Yeah. I used to know somebody who used to collect the butts and roll them again and smoke them.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
My auntie does that.
Well, they're probably her own. She picks up her own butts and re-smokes them.
Zone 3.
But you'd have to be pretty poor to do that.
Oh, she's poor. She does.
Does she collect empty bottles and stuff?
No, but her boyfriend picks up cigarette butts from
From other people and smokes them? Maybe this guy was looking for cigarette butts. The guy that punched me. And I must have been just in between him and a butt. So he said, I'm not going to let that guy steal that butt. Whack! What?
There's a lot of cigarette butts.
Yeah, around here. So the heavy smokers around here.
Zone 4.
How's your dad? How's your dad?
He's good.
He's okay? When did you see him last?
Some last week.
You did? Good.
Every time I go there now, I shave.
Aha. So I know how long ago it was because you've got like a week's worth of beard there.
I've never shaved before, but he's now taught me how to shave.
Huh. Yeah, but you used to use an electric razor, right?
Yeah, my whole life. So
He's taught you how to use a wet razor
yeah,
with the soap and everything.
yeah,
Does he have it in one of those aerosol cans?
yeah.
Yeah, that's the easiest way.
So I made him get it away because the first time I used so much.
Shaving foam?
Yeah,
He probably said, that's costing an arm and a leg.
he said, yeah, that would last me a whole year.
Yeah, the trick is to put it on your fingers and then spread it on your face. Not to squirt it on your face.
So he has a brush, and I just went. Or actually, I put it on my face first.
And then you smushed it with the brush.
You know, I went, and he was like, what the?
Yeah, well, that's something they don't teach you at school, isn't it? Most kids don't shave at school. But I have a niece in Ontario who, when she was little, she was... You know those little magnetic letters that you put on the fridge? All the letters of the alphabet? Well, yeah, you've got all these little letters of the alphabet, and they got magnets on them, so you can spell words on the fridge. And also, what the thing is that the letter T looks very much like one of those Bic razors, and she used to shave herself or pretend to with the letter T. I thought that was kind of cute. And we're talking about a girl who's had 5 children of her own, and of those, 2 of them have had children as well. So I'm talking about a young girl, my niece, who when I first met her, she was like 8 years old, and now she's a grandmother. Can you believe it? She must have had her kids when she was only 19 or younger. But she is the daughter of Norma's sister. And she's lived in Ontario all her life, pretty much.
I ended up buying a laptop for $85.
Yeah.
And then it had no hard drive in it.
Well,
So-
what happened to the one I gave you?
Oh, I still have that.
Good, because if you sell it, you've got to give me the money.
Yeah.
If you keep it, I won't be so worried. But if I hear that you've sold it,
I mean, sold it and kept the money.
yeah.
That's all good.
Well, no, you said you were going to give me a case of beer. I don't mind waiting for the beer, but if I heard you'd sold it, I'd expect the money. Or at least a
Piece of
share.
beer, you mean?
Yeah. I'd expect at least the case of beer if you sold it.
Well, I was thinking I was going to get you some beer, but the cheap stuff because I already put so much money into it now.
Well, that's not the point.
What?
You chose to spend extra money on something that I gave you.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you chose. So you're not going to say, oh, I can't give you the money because I had to spend money on it myself.
Yeah.
Look at this guy. He's got quite a hoard there.
Well, $20. Oh no, wait, he has a glass. So
More,
he's about $40.
probably. He's fully loaded. But this is what they do on recycle day. They come out and pick up the empties. Have you got a new job yet?
Yeah, I do.
Where?
on Slag Lumber.
Slag Lumber.
You know,
What days do you work?
I don't know yet.
Aha. And where is Slag's Lumber?
In Sydney.
Oh, that's good. So you won't have to use that stupid bus to go to work. That was like 2 hours, wasn't it?
Yeah.
An hour at least each way. Plus you probably had to wait sometimes for the bus. So you could safely say that not going into Big Wheel is saving you 3 hours on a work day.
The laptop that I bought, $40, because they had no hard drive,
Yeah.
they gave me $40 back,
Oh wow.
and I could keep the laptop.
Well, you could probably buy a hard drive on Amazon or something.
Well, I just replaced the hard drive from the MacBook.
Is it the same kind?
What?
Is it the same kind of hard drive?
Yep. And then I sold this laptop for $200 and kept my MacBook.
Well, now you're going to have to get a hard drive for your MacBook.
Oh, no, I used the old one. That's
Oh, I see what you mean. You bought a new hard drive, which you put in the laptop without the hard drive. I thought you took it out of the MacBook and put it in the new one, and then sold it for $200.
Well,
How much did you pay for the hard drive?
I traded it. For the upgrade
Yeah.
for the MacBook. I got 4 gigs of RAM and the solid state, which is super fast. And I traded that for my video card.
Oh,
No money. I didn't have to.
didn't have to pay anything.
So then, this HP laptop, very good condition. I was thinking of keeping it myself, but I said, nah, I like the MacBook. Even though the MacBook is 10 times older.
Well, not 10 times, maybe 10 years older.
Yeah. This one was like 3 years older.
Anyway, so we're getting close to the end of the run. Do you want to go a bit further today?
No.
No. Well, the thing is, Derick, that if you only run once every 2 weeks, you're not really going to improve on your stamina. And that way, you're not going to really be able to run 5 kilometers yet. That's why this shorter run is probably a good idea. Until you start running on a regular basis, you shouldn't start increasing the distance. Because you know what's going to happen if you did that? If I forced you, if I bullied you into say, oh, go on, Derick, you can run 7K. Then you would say, oh, I don't want to do it. And next time I call you, you'll say, I got a dentist appointment. I can't make it. Because you don't want to do it. That's the whole thing about comfort zone training. You have to look forward to doing it. If you don't look forward to doing it, the chances are you won't do it more than once or twice a week. But if you were looking forward to do it, you'll say, I want to do this every day because it's so much fun, you know. And then you get better even without trying, you know. All you have to do is commit to a little bit of every day rather than once every 2 weeks. No photo today. We already had that walk break. Next time, if we run all the way to there, we'll take a photo break.
I counted all the cigarette butts already. About 20.
That would be what? $5?
Yeah, I think so.
Something like that.
Average heart rate 131. Workout average pace 7 minutes 53 seconds per kilometer. Time for hydration. Zone 3.
So we've been running for 20 minutes, Derick.
Well, first 5 times. 20 times 5 is
10. So 100. it would be $10. No, it'd be $1. For $20 is $1. So 100 would be whatever, $5. There's another 10 cents, 5 cents. Maths is not my strong subject.
That's Air Canada.
Yep. Air Canada Jazz. WestJet flies out of there as well. And there's one big Boeing that comes in every Wednesday around 7 in the morning.
Is there such thing as a airplane junkyard?
Yep. But not around here.
Do they ever use those parts?
Sometimes they take the parts off them. Sometimes they just scrap them for the components. You know, they sell so much copper wiring. They sell so much aluminum. And I guess, you know, they might sell the gauges, you know, the flight gauges to somebody who's made a hobby plane. There's a small plane. Mills Road is pretty much the runway. If you continue all the way along Mills Road, you end up at the airport. That guy looks like a beginner. See how slow he's going? It's funny that Amelia should be near the airport because Amelia was that famous flyer. Maybe that's why they called it Amelia. And I think Mills, wasn't he a Canadian war hero? Something Mills. Maybe he was in the First World War as a pilot.
Or did she get gunned down?
No, they didn't know what happened to her. I think she just probably ran out of fuel and got lost.
Find her plane?
No,
No.
no. I think she probably did a crash landing somewhere and somebody found her and buried her. What?
Like the Titanic.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure which one decomposed more faster, in the water or on land.
On land.
On land?
Yep. I think so. Mainly because you get animals like wolves and bears and dogs and things eating the bodies. Underwater it's just the fish. I guess a shark would probably eat the best bits and leave the rest for the squid and the octopus to eat.
Because I was thinking in the water it decomposes less.
Well, I guess it depends what's in the water. If there are no fish that eat meat in the water, a lot of fish just eat, you know, plankton and stuff like that. There's a chair for you.
Like, does the Titanic rust?
Yeah, I believe it did rust. But those slabs of steel were like, you know, 2 inches thick. We've gone pretty fast today. 7 minutes 19. Well done, Derick. The last time we recorded was the Rocket Man. We'll have to think of a title for this one. We could call it the Get Rich Scheme from Derick. The cigarette butt scheme.
I don't know who to phone about that.
What? About the cigarette butts?
Yeah.
Check it on the computer. Just go put cigarette butts in the news and see what comes up.
I did, but it doesn't give that much information. So I was like, how the hell? I'm not doing that.
So I'm going to come in for a drink of water today.
About time.
Yeah. Well, I popped in briefly 4 weeks ago. That was the day of the punch.
Well, no, 2 weeks ago. How many weeks ago did
2 weeks ago was 2 weeks after the punch. So that's 4 weeks since the punch. That's what I could call it. 4 weeks since the punch.
Workout cost. Workout stop.
Then if anybody's following the story of the sucker punch, they'll be up to date. Any later and it would be too warm for you, Derick. It's already getting a bit warm. Hello. Hi. That's Grandma.
I have 3 grandmas.
Yeah?
The little kid has 3 grandmas.
That's nice. So there's always somebody to push the stroller.
Yeah.
All right, so what's the best water you have? You have any double filter or triple filter?
No, that one's not ready yet, but you can use it.
Oh.
It's just not cold.
That's okay. I'm pretty hot as it is. That's great, Derick. Thank you. So next week I'm in Courtney. The week after I'll remind you about our run, okay?
Okay.
Zone 2.
I hate it when you pour from these pictures and the water comes out of the top because the lid pops off and it...
These ones, these ones do that.
Yeah, the Brita.
These ones don't.
The pure ones have got a better seal on the lid.
Yeah. And better taste.
Zone 1.
This one tastes pretty good. I'm on my second glass already. Oh, look at that cat.
Scrawny.
What's it called?
Very scrawny.
Scrawny, yeah. Is it a wild cat? Does it live in the house or does it live outside?
Well, it's an indoor, outdoor. Oh.
Like Endor. Endor's an outdoor cat in the summer and an indoor cat in the winter.
Yeah. I don't know why indoor has to change his name so much. Oh no, I want you to tell the difference.
I can't, Derick. Well, I'll take a quick sip, but really and truly I'm full of water now. Yeah, this one's slightly better.
Which one?
Zone 0.
This one.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know how old the filter is, you see. But they both taste good. They both taste better than tap water, that's for sure. Anyway.
Because I'm trying to take water and put it into here.
Oh, so you pour it from one to the other?
Yeah.
Okay. And what's this? Is this a new model car?
Yeah, oh, that's what's on for sale. They're closing down, so I got it for
Ford GT.
55% off.
Wow, that's less than half price. And you got new shoes as well.
Yeah. And then I can sell this for $80.
All right, well, I better get going then, Derick. I will see you in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Thanks for the run.
Yeah.
So we'll call it 4 weeks from the punch.
Okay.
Bye-bye.